Shabbat Shalom. This week is Parshat Shemini, which, continuing in the theme of Leviticus, is concerned with issues of Tuma and Tahara, of ritual purity and impurity. And in the course of describing those things which are permitted and not permitted based on purity and impurity, Parshat Shemini talks about foods which can be eaten and which cannot be eaten. And of course, creepy crawly things and rodents and all kinds of insects are, in the words of the Torah, an abomination to eat. But what should happen if an insect that is forbidden to eat should fall into a jug of water? What happens then? Well, if it's material that can be reused, like cloth or metal, then it can be koshered. If it's earthenware, the Torah says the inside of the pot becomes unkosher, the outside is worthless, and therefore you have to break the earthenware pot. And based on that kind of obscure ruling, Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, one of my favorite Hasidic rabbis, compares the human being to the earthenware vessel. What he says is, if you store water in a vessel made out of gold, that vessel has worth and value both on the inside in holding the liquid and on the outside because it's made of gold. But the earthenware is only useful because it holds something precious. That's why the outside has no value whatsoever. In other words, the value of the earthenware vessel is determined by what it holds. And the Kotzker says the human being is like an earthenware vessel. It's not our outside which has the value and the worth of a human being. It's what's inside. It is the neshama, the soul. It is the spark of godliness. It is our capacity to reason and to think abstractly. It is our yearning to think about the future and to hope for redemption. That's what's important about a human being. And isn't it ironic that we spend so much of our time, energy, and resources on the outside of us, on exercising not for health but for vanity, on dressing to impress, not to keep warm? How much money is spent on hair and skin products? Because we seem to be a society obsessed with how we look. But that's not the ultimate worth of a human being, is it? It is like an earthenware vessel, our inside. May we spend as much time, energy, and resources on growing our souls as we do as a society in making our waists smaller. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom. May you have a Zis and Shabbos, and I'll see you in Shul.